Greetings. Oops. Ouch. I'm sitting on something. Greetings. This is Ifa Shayo Egunjobi of WildWomenDoAsTheyPlease.com. I am... Oh, that's weird. I just updated this thing and now it's doing something really weird. I'm an oracle reader and guide who assists women in the areas of freedom, self-love, entrepreneurship, and practical solutions to daily living. Greetings. I assist women to remember who they were before the world attempted to tame them. So, something came up for me yesterday for Father's Day. Hey, sugar. Why are you on Periscope? Ain't you supposed to be at work? So, for me, it was blessings. How y'all doing? For me, okay, so we know yesterday was Father's Day. And in May, it was Mother's Day. So, and I heard people talk about, oh, good for you. I heard people talking about, during Mother's Day, women who have mother issues and things like that. Greetings, sis. Who have mother issues, and of course, y'all know how I feel about my mom, so that wasn't something that I could relate to. I acknowledged it, but I couldn't relate to it. So, hey, y'all, what up, though? So, yesterday, I went to church. I'll go to church. I do holidays. I go to church, or if my mom invites me to something, I go to church. And so, she wanted me to go to church, of course, for Mother's Day. And so, the assumption is that I'll go for Father's Day, too. Well, not the assumption, because she did ask. She was like, so you coming, right? I was like, okay, yeah, I come. So, yeah, so that's what I'm working on, Jamila. If nothing else, I want to be able to open a door to have the discussion. So I went to church, and so on Mother's Day, they gave everybody an opportunity to get up and talk about their moms. Well, y'all, I was literally the first one. I'm like, I don't even go here no more, but if you're going to give me an opportunity to talk about my mama and how fabulous she is, yeah, I'll take that. So, I gave this whole talk on my mama. And to the point my mama sitting in the pew, she because she was just, crying. My mama's not a crier. So, but I was like, no, because to me, people need to know how wonderful they are while they're here. We don't need to do that crap at a funeral. So, about 3 days before Father's Day, I'm like, what am I going to say? Yeah. And so, I was like, what am I going to say? Because I don't want him to feel ignored, because we don't have the best past. But I'm like, I don't want him to feel ignored. But the way my self-love is set up, I can't lie either. Well, I could lie, but I'm not interested in lying. And I kept hearing in my head, well, live a life that people don't have to lie about. You know what I'm saying? Be the kind of parent that your kids don't have to lie about. So, I mean, y'all, I was struggling, really stressed about saying, what am I going to say about my daddy? So, plus it's in church, so things are supposed to be nice and, you're only supposed to say good stuff. But I'm like, it's got to be other people in here that have suffered bad relationships. And when these days come around, and you supposed to, put on your nice Southern woman face and just smile through it and pretend like shit ain't happened, including Mother's Day. Because I know everybody's mama ain't like my mama. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, I was praying, please don't let her call. Don't let her even open it. Because one year she did it for Mother's Day. She didn't do it for Father's Day. So, I got up, again, first one, because I'm like, let me get this shit done. And I told the truth. I got up there and told the truth. And it was scary because apparently there's still a part of me that I don't want my daddy to be upset with me. I don't want that. I'm not scared of it anymore. Not even a little bit. But I don't want it. That's not my desire. I don't want to hurt him. Especially now because I've been able to get to the point where I can see him as a person, not as a problem. A human with his own path and his own issues that he had to deal with. So I got up and long story short, I said, that as everybody knows, for the most part, me and my daddy ain't had the tightest relationship growing up. But I was like, basically, as long as your parent is here, you have the opportunity to heal that relationship with them. And, if that parent is not interested in healing that with you, at least release it yourself. Release the need to force a relationship. Hey, release the need to force a relationship. Release the need to control that person's behavior. Like for me, I had to release that. Like my daddy is gonna be who he is. Cause what year is this? 2016. So my daddy is 67. I can't do nothing with them 67 years or whatever he done gone through. And I used to be like, I just want him to say sorry. I just want him to acknowledge what happened. Listen, one day it might happen, but most likely it won't. And for my own mental health, not for his mental health, for my own mental health, I had to let that go. The other thing that I let go was any need for his approval. The woman that I am today is because of the women that I've been around and because of me. And I take credit for that now. Like I used to be, no, I take credit for that. When I was like in my 30s and my daddy finally told me he was proud, I was looking like, of what? Because this isn't your work. So, it was like, I didn't mean nothing by it, but I was like, you didn't do this. So anyway, what ended up happening after I, was like, just do what you can. Concern yourself with your own mental health. As long as both of y'all are still breathing, it's an opportunity. But, at the same time, if that person, like I said, is not interested in healing, don't worry about it. So the most interesting thing happened. I don't remember this happening other years, but this one sister in particular, yeah. This one sister in particular, I remember her talking about her dad before, and she talked about him like they just had the best relationship. Everything was awesome. Well, yesterday, she got up and she was able to tell the truth of how their relationship started. She's close to her dad now, but she was able to say in front of the church through tears, which is awesome, that I hated him. She said it sounded from where I was sitting like she hated him. Like he good to be alive. And she's older than me. We do. We're gonna blab on your blab channel. How about that? So you schedule it, lady. But she was able to get up and tell her truth. Then what was cool too is I don't know if this guy was a teenager or like early 20s or something, but he got up and he was talking about his dad. Dad, you're a good dad and everything. I mean, you missed some stuff in my life. You did. You missed some stuff in my life, but you was there for the big stuff. But I'm saying you did miss some basketball games and some rest. Like he was able to speak with a balanced tongue. I'm not saying that they did it because I did. Oh, even the pastor told the truth about her daddy. All of it was spoken in love, but it was spoken in truth, and it showed me, like, for real, that it doesn't have to be separate. Just because you're telling the truth, and it might not be a popular truth or, a desired truth, it doesn't mean that that you can't speak it in love. So I was just so excited. Now, the thing, right? So the end of the story is that, so I'm looking at my dad, while I'm telling this, and I can tell, like, this is not going well. And, like, his face is, like, he wasn't, like, scowling at me, but Papa was not pleased, okay? Can't help you with that. Do better. Come up. I don't know what to tell you, because I could say I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'm not sorry for healing myself. I'm not sorry that you haven't realized how fucking awesome I am. I'm not sorry that you've missed that. Yeah, it's his lesson to deal with. And that could be his lesson for this lifetime. I don't know. It's not my concern. My destiny is of the highest import to me. My destiny is the only one that I can control. I can't even control my children's destiny. Because even when I was up there, I said, yeah, because I had to learn how to parent. We can only parent from the tools that we have from growing up and the tools that we gain as adults. And so he just was not happy with me. So, we all went back to mama's house to eat, and he was just very standoffish. Because usually, I at least hug him, and I've been going out my way to try to make sure I hug him and tell him I love him and stuff. Y'all, listen, if it had got any colder, I would have needed a coat. Okay? So, I was like, well, it's like 25 other people in the house. So, I mean, I ain't really pressed, for company or whatever. So, when I was leaving, yeah, pretty much. When I was leaving, we were the last ones to leave, and I was like, well, I went outside to speak to him because he was sitting outside on the swing. I went outside to speak to him. I was like, well, I love you. Happy Father's Day. And I tried to give him a hug. I was like, do I stink? Like, so when I went back in the house, I told my mom, was like, Ma, I think Dad mad at me. And she was like, she said, you think so? I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's mad. And so she was like, she said, I was wondering, I asked him what was wrong with him. I said, I think that's it. I think I pissed him off in church or whatever. But this is the thing that I want to bring to y'all. Just because you're surrounded by people who had good relationships with whichever parent or with their kids, and they act like they done arrived and all this kind of stuff. Understand that that's not everybody's experience. Like, I'm not going to tell you that you should love your mama like I love my mama because my mama's awesome. Your mama might not have been awesome. She could have beat you every day of your life. She could have locked you in a closet. So I'm not going to tell you to damage yourself and be, not be authentic because it's not popular to tell the truth about your parents. I understand all that stuff about honoring your parents. And that was one of the scriptures that they read, honor your father and mother that your days will be long upon the earth. Okay, awesome. Well, be honorable. Thanks in advance. Be somebody that children can honor. Be somebody that people can honor. Like, but don't be, don't piss on a relationship for decades and then get mad when somebody tell the truth. Like, don't do that. Earn it. Like, I wanted to earn my kids' relationship. I wanted my kids to love me because I'm trying. Not because I got it together, but because I had to learn how to reparent. Like, I had to relearn how to parent. I had to really go back and look. Right. I had to really go back and, I asked women who were doing stuff, their kids would kind of turn out in a way that I thought was good. I asked those women, like, can you do videos on your parenting style? Like, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Because at the time, I was just beating my kids and screaming and yelling. Like, that was pretty much what it came down to. Like, when I would walk in the room, the whole energy would shift. The entire energy of the room would shift when I walked into the room. And one day it struck me like, they're having fun with my husband before I walk in. And then when I walk in, everything just grinds to a halt because they don't know what's going to happen. I didn't want that. Now, to some degree, was it easier? Yeah. Because I ain't have to fuss a lot. Because they knew when I walked in the room, all bullshit must cease. But do I want my kids to be scared of me? No. Like, who wants that? Do I want to control my children? No, because I hate it when my daddy tried to control me. So the thing is, I had to be open to understanding that I wasn't the best parent. I wasn't even close. I was actually real raggedy and real abusive. And I know that we all grew up getting our butt beat. Well, I ain't gonna say all, but a lot of us. But that didn't mean that was the only way. Our parents were doing what they knew how to do. So anyway, yeah, that I just wanted to open the discussion. Listen, I know. I just wanted to open the discussion. I got my ass. And guess who was the one beat my ass all the time? My mama. Jane, listen. Jane would beat the wheels off you. Okay? Like, my mama wasn't playing no games. I think I told y'all the story about when the DSS lady came to the school and she gave us this whole speech on abuse or whatever. And then she told us that if your parents ever whoop you, she gave us this card. And she was like, then you need to call this card. That lady like got me killed and put out. I was like, as an adult, I was thinking like, did she know she was at a mostly black school? That most of the kids in the class getting their ass whooped? Because I literally almost got put out. I definitely got my ass beat. That's why I pulled out the card and I showed my mom. I said, this lady said if you hit me, you know, that that I'm supposed to call this number. You think Jane didn't pack my stuff and tell me, okay, well you can go live with a foster family. That's who they gonna find for you. But the interesting thing is, my mama never talked to me crazy. And when I did get a whooping, it was because I was the most aggravating child ever. Y'all, that's my sister-in-law. I'm sorry, y'all still there. So I was the most aggravating child ever. And so, but it took a lot for my mama to whoop me. And when she did, it wasn't like all that overkill and all that stuff. And that's what I was going to say, Jamila. My daddy, though, was verbally abusive. And he would drag stuff out, like give the longest speeches. And I had to read the Bible as punishment. And I had to go to church as punishment. So his stuff was like abusive in that it was oppressive. He was very verbally abusive. But I just, in my head, I'd be like, oh, God, please just whoop my ass. You know, you too, yeah. But it was like my mama listen, I'm whoop your ass, you keep on. She didn't say whoop your ass. She said, you gonna get a beating. No, whooping. If you keep on, of course I will keep on. And see, my daddy didn't really whoop me. I only got it. One time I remember getting a whooping when I was older from him. But one time he beat me with a belt. Yeah, one time he beat me with a belt. First of all, I was too old to be getting a whooping. Especially over my mouth, because I'm like, at this point, y'all know I talk too much and y'all know I'm mouthy and the whoopings ain't worked before. But he beat me out of anger that time, and I had plotted to kill him that night. And everybody has their breaking point, and that was mine. And then God being so good, watching over fools and children, I fell into the deepest sleep ever. And when I woke up in the morning, I felt better about it. I didn't feel good about it, but I felt better about what happened. And my aunt told me she calls that a protective sleep. And I'm like, I can go with that, because I literally I knew what I was going to tell my mom. I knew how I was going to do it. I knew what time I was going to do it. I was just going to lay there until I thought that they were good and sleep and, whatever. So, yeah. That's how abuse turns out for people sometimes. When you're abusive to people, sometimes you just pick the wrong one to be abusing. So yeah, but I'm still on a path to healing with my daddy. I'm still on a path, even though he's mad at me right now. He might not be mad today. I hadn't talked to him, but I'm not discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not discouraged. I'm going to keep telling the truth, and if he don't like the truth, he can change the reality of it. He can, open himself to having a relationship with me. He can open himself to not constantly judging and nitpicking, because it's not going to change anything. Like, it's not. I like myself. It took me a long time to really love myself, and I'm not going to let you undo that. I don't really have space for penile ego, So, well, I'm so glad you likes me too. I appreciate it. I really do. So yeah, so I got up in front of church and told everybody the truth. Yeah. And I want the discussion to start around. Okay, thank you. I want the discussion to start around us healing these parental wounds. I want us to be able to talk about it, and I want us to be able to act on what we come to as a resolution for ourselves. Because it's very complicated. Like, for instance, out of my siblings, I'm the only one that's a caregiver. But if me and this dude can't get this together, yeah. But if me and this dude can't get it together, I'm like, well, who's gonna take care of you? Because my sister and my brother, they're not caregivers. Like, it's just not gonna happen. And I'm like, you keep messing with the one who is probably the only one that's gonna take care of you. So really, my work in healing has a lot to do with that too. Um, it's just a lot. It's complicated. It's so complex dealing with parental wounds. It is very complex. And for the ones who are not close to their mothers, or for the ones who have abusive mothers, yeah, I was just here to say that it can be really difficult because we do hold mothers as divinity. I mean, I know I do. Um, we hold mothers as divinity. I can believe that. I can believe that will be a block. Um, and so speaking against your mother is very much viewed as speaking against God. And it's not even you speaking against her. Let me retract that. Let me take that back. Not speaking against your mother, but speaking truth um, of what your experiences were with your mother. And see, the tricky part can be if your parent is really charming. Like for me, my dad is really charming, so everybody likes him. Like everybody thinks that he's so funny and so affectionate and so this. That was not my reality. Okay, so well, hell, I imagine that might have been part of part of the thing that happened yesterday in church then, because I ain't think about that. That's not his church face. So maybe them people didn't know that we didn't get along. Maybe them people thought that we had a real good relationship. It's possible that them people, you know, was like, what is she talking about? I ain't think about that. So maybe he got mad because his mask got snatched in public. I don't know. I didn't think about that till just now. I mean, it still ain't my problem. But that could be what his irritation was. Um, right, right. A nice little Keisha size, because that's my government. A nice Keisha shaped hole got punched in the mask. So maybe that's it. It's still, but I'm still not willing to eat it. I mean, I messed up with my kids, but I wanted so bad and still want so bad to have a good balanced relationship, to the point where I check in with them and say, listen, how's my parenting going? What kind of mom am I to y'all? Like, what do y'all feel like? And they know they can tell me, because they'll tell me, well, last week when you so and such and such, I'll be like, oh, well, I meant what I said, but I ain't had to say it that way, or I didn't have to react out of that place. And we really sit down and talk about it, because I don't know what I'm doing. These kids ain't come with no directions. So, and Tamara, I really, really, really want you to do some womb work, but I want you to do some womb work about your connection to your mother's womb. Not necessarily about you just healing yours, but your connection. I've always imagined that our wombs were connected to our mother's wombs. So if you're still in here, I really want you to do some womb work around your connection to your mother's womb. The things, her thought processes that she had while she was pregnant with you, how she treats kids, how she treated kids, things like that, because all of that stuff is going to impact you. And also making sure, yes, and also making sure that you're able to discover yourself as an individual separately and apart. Because she got rid of your house. That was probably the one place you ever felt halfway safe for her. That's interesting. Because my mama had a hysterectomy, and I'll be honest, I just didn't care. I wasn't in the same place I'm in now, but it didn't bother me. Yeah. Right. She threw your only connection away. And think about, even with that, like, really get in there, dig in there and explore, like, dig in. Because, like I tell people, it's going to get ugly. You're going to be ugly crying and shit. You're going to be pissed off. You're probably going to go through the full range of emotions. But dig in there and like clean that stuff out. Almost like giving yourself an energetic DNC. You know, the what you get after you've had a miscarriage, how they go in there and scrape everything out. Like kinda do that energetically. But the thing I keep thinking about is really, I want you to really, really, really explore who you are separately from her. Like, so you can get your own, you can know what your own identity is. You know what I'm saying? Because even though me and my dad haven't really been close since, I think we fell out like when I was 12 and it just never came back. Yeah. See, that's interesting to me. Um, But my dad and I were not close after like 12 years old. You know, when you really start kind of knowing that you're truly separate. And I didn't realize how similar we were until I was parenting. Yeah, but you know what? You did it. You said it. You said it's out there, and now you can walk around it. So hold it up in the middle of the room, walk around it, look on the top of it, look on the bottom, like really fully explore it, look on the inside. Nothing and nothing is off limits for you to explore about it. You know, so sweep out them little dank, dark, cobwebby corners about it and the whole nine. Um, and also which are explore which parts are your connection to them, and also explore which parts are a continuing oppression of their femaleness and of their individuality. Explore that too, because our parents can pass on oppressive things and controlling things to us, and while we hated to experience them, we'll then turn them on the parent and we'll turn them on other people. So I wanted to control my father by making him parent me the way I wanted to be parented, even as an adult. And then I realized, wait a minute, his whole thing was control and oppression of me and my personality. And so then I wanted to, in turn, control and oppress him and his personality and his issues and all that stuff to make him into the father that I wanted him to be. Why? Because by then I was grown. And by then I had gotten to the point like where I didn't want a father figure. Like people still tell me, oh, well, I'm sure a father figure will come your way. And, you know, I'm like, I'm 30, well, I'm 39 tomorrow. I'm like, I'm not interested in a daddy. Like, I'm grown. I don't want a father figure. And it's not from a place of anger. It's from a place of the ridiculousness of it. Like, I have elders around me, but nobody can be my daddy. Like, I'm good. Thank you. Just not interested. You know, and people's like, well, you should. Listen, don't hit me with the shoulds, okay? Don't hit me with the shoulds. So anyway, I think that's all I want to talk about. I think Wednesday I might come back and do one on communication, because y'all, when I tell you, me and my husband had a damn miscommunication about Mother's Day and my birthday that I've been all in my feelings about. If it hadn't been for the M3 sisterhood, moons and magic, listen, I probably would have like really had a little snap moment. Okay, so maybe Wednesday we'll talk about communication. Yeah. My testimony time. I had to have my testimony time first, giving honor to Ashun, who is the head of my life. Okay. I don't have my testimony service. Yeah, y'all really helped me. Seriously, y'all helped me so much. So much. Oh my gosh. I mean, I literally talked to him and everything was lighter immediately, because it's like, oh, I guess I could have had said that, huh? Oh, my bad. So, well, you make stuff hard on yourself for no reason. So so I'll see y'all again Wednesday. Oh, let me tell y'all this, because I think my Periscope crew might be a little different than my Facebook and Instagram crew. I'm not sure. Right now until June 30th, all readings are 50% off for my birthday, because it's my birthday. And I'm trying to schedule people as soon as possible. So yeah, all of them are 50% off. So you just go in there. You look, it ain't like the only place you talk to me is on Periscope. You got my phone number, my Gmail, my Facebook, my all that stuff. Don't do it. So I'll be 39 tomorrow. Thank y'all for my birthday. You can't be bratty. There's no such thing as being bratty. Like that's completely made up. I think anyway, as the youngest child. Um, but yeah. So I'm trying to get everybody's schedule. I am because I know tonight is the full moon, and technically tonight is a solstice. Of course, in my mind, my birthday is a solstice. Um, so the full moon energy, of course, will be at its height tonight. Thank you. Will be at it. I know, but 40, honey. Wait for the turn up. Prepare yourself. Brace yourself. But I'm gonna enjoy this 30 year. This 30 year is gonna be foundational for my 40 year. Okay. But the full moon energy is, of course, at its height tonight. And thank you. And so tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Today's Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Excuse me. You should still be able to benefit from that full moon energy. Usually, it's about 3 days around that time. So no arguing, no doing anything that is, I don't like saying negative, stressful, that's causing you stress, emotional stress, anything like that, because you don't want it to grow. We're at a fulfillment kind of energy. So today, I want y'all to really look at manifesting those positive, I hate saying positive, but those light vibes, those good feeling vibes. So, I mean, dance, sing, do some money spent, whatever. Do all that stuff tonight. Even with this being the longest day, acknowledge that kind of energy. Acknowledge that strong sun energy. Acknowledge that fiery energy, that masculine energy of doing, of action. You know what I'm saying? So to me, today is a really good day for business stuff. Plus, I saw Baba Born Divine on Facebook. He was saying that Monday is the day that the Yoruba look at as the day that Ajay money business is most active. So today is a good day for money business for multiple reasons. So we have today being Ajay. We have today being the solstice. We have today being the longest day of the year. So if you think about all of those things together, yeah, do your juju today. So, Jamila, with your big head, I'm going to come back Wednesday because I'm trying to keep up with this since you was talking shit and talk about communication. So, okay. So, I have to get ready to go to my mama's house. So, well, I'm talking about you to your face, kind of. So, y'all pray my strength, okay? So, I hope my daddy ain't mad, but I'm like, oh well. So I see y'all Wednesday, I think, or tomorrow if I do a broadcast tomorrow. Love y'all. The thing ain't going.